Hello and welcome to Bob Ash, and today we're talking about a brand new industry trend that freaking sucks. Thank you, Nintendo. Um, and a new game that's dropping that sort of does is starting this new trend. So if anyone knows, the Nintendo Switch on release day has sold out. I'll do a video on that. I'll link it here if you want to get my thoughts on it. But anyways, so with Nintendo selling out and Mario Kart people buying it for $90, which okay, I mean it's your money, but still for me it's like that is sort of asinine. Like $90 for a game, like that's really reaching. I can maybe I'm more insane if you're sort of a streamer, but still, it's like it's your money. I mean, maybe if like I said, you're a streamer or YouTuber, maybe it makes more sense because you're reviewing it. But still, $90 is a lot for the game, and I think I said this in so many other podcast episodes that this is going to be a recurring theme. That Nintendo. That I think the game industry is priming everyone for GTA 6 to be at least $100 or close to it. I mean, that's why they're moving the needle so quickly and sort of using Nintendo as sort of this barometer of what's going on with the industry and how it's going. And I think the day one numbers are good, but who knows? Who knows? So let's get into what's going on. So, the game industry has been trying to push for expensive as hell games. I mean, look, I'll be honest, they gotta make their money and show ever growing profits. Because, that's what happens when you're a publicly traded company. At the end of the day, the board of directors, who essentially the CEO reports to, is going to be kicked out and be like, bye bye, bitch. We'll replace you with someone else who'll make us more money. So that's the first thing. And I think with everything going on with the industry, with the layoffs and stuff, and everyone's failing. I think they're crossing their fingers that Nintendo is gonna make it out. And I think if hopefully they don't go by day one sales, but this is the video game industry. They've been stepping on landmines, stepping on poop, stepping on everything you could think of that's nasty or bad. They've been stepping on it for the past 5, 6 years or so. So they've been stepping in, and they're gonna step in more. And I think they're seeing the day one sales like, oh yeah, we can sell games for that much too. Which here we go. They sold the Outerwilds 2 is coming out, and I saw the trailer, and I'll be honest, it looks like some bad writing. Like I feel like there are a few pop culture references, like this thing looking like Stitch and Mother from Futurama character. But oh my lord, it's like the trailer doesn't even hide. It's like capitalism bad. I'm like, okay, well this is definitely going to be one of those types of games. I could say it already. I can see it already. And it's just, I couldn't sit through the trailer after that. I'm like, oh my god, this is just bad. And it's very, very ironic when you think about it. When the game itself message seems like capitalism bad, and they have the goal to be like, here's our lecture about capitalism. Give us $80. It reminds me of a champagne socialist. I know people I know it's more of a political thing, but it really reminds me of that. It's like one of those streamers and social media people that are like, oh yeah, socialism is good, capitalism is bad. Well, I profit off of you for giving me money, and I live in $1 million house and drive a big old car, and not give my money back to the people that I supposedly distribute it to. It doesn't make sense. I'll be honest. Sense. And that's sort of what this game is. It doesn't make sense. And it's by Obsidian Studio. So I kind of heard, I don't know, but they have sort of a history with this type of stuff. So, it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to pass or fail. I'll be honest, they ain't the first game. I mean, Doom Dark Ages sort of dropped the ball with the $80. But that game didn't sell really well, from my understanding. Like, I even did a video on the numbers of it, and I'll put it at the end if you want to check it, where I actually talk about, hey, look, maybe this is why it failed, and I think the the price tag was definitely one of the big old reasons this thing failed, in my opinion, because um, with the industry the way it is, and then $80, it's like this, like people aren't gonna shell out that kind of money, and it doesn't help that the game itself is subpar quality. And I think the Outer Worlds, I haven't played the first one. I got it free on the Epic Game Pass. I might try it, just for shits and giggles. It's free, so might as well. But this is a new trend in the industry now, where they're gonna try to force the $80 price tag, or who knows, maybe 90 if Nintendo does actually really well with their games. Because I'm sure every investor has a newspaper open and are just like looking at Nintendo sales right now and be like, we could do this. We could charge $90 for the game. We could be rich bitches and swim in gold pools like Scrooge McDuck. So, yeah, I think this is going to be, we're really in an interesting time when it comes to gaming. Um, so yeah, anyways, this was a short one. What do you guys think? Are you ready for the Outer Worlds too, or you just here like me, like, oh, great. Anyways, take care. Have a good one. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Stay hydrated. Stay healthy. Happy gaming. Thank you for listening. Bye.